Dated September 14, 2020, for enforcement costs for the property located at 9222 East Mariposa Road, Stockton, California, APN 181-050-03. Property owners Yang, Lau, and B. Case number Paul Robert, 546037, District 1. Staff report.
Notice of today's Board of Housing Appeals hearing was sent by certified mail to the appellate on November 9th, 2020. The property was posted on November 10th, 2020 with the notice of today's Board of Housing Appeals hearing. The appeal of the statement of expense being heard this date is for San Joaquin County Environmental Health Department cost for time, services, and materials associated with a substandard housing enforcement case initiated on July 21st, 2020, for violations of the San Joaquin County Ordinance Code, Title 8, Division 5, and the California Health and Safety Code, Section 17920.3. The appeal is for invoice number IN 0340135, dated September 14th, 2020, for $972.80. The appellate states that this year has not been easy for them. They were ordered to correct the violations within 30 days, and the appellant believes they complied within the time frame. The appellant is asking for a reduction in the enforcement costs because they spent money on renting a 40-ton dumpster and pay for people to help remove and clean up the property. The appellate states that they are truly sorry for the violations and will continue to maintain the property in compliance. The appellate also states that during the coronavirus pandemic, they have had only one income for their family of 6. They are currently having financial hardships, so they are asking for some kind of help in reducing the enforcement cost. The San Joaquin County Ordinance Code, Division 5, Housing and Nuisance Abatement Code, and the California Health and Safety Code, Division 13, Part 1.5, State Housing Law, both require substandard violations be corrected by the property owner. In accordance with the San Joaquin County Ordinance Code and the Board of Supervisors Resolution R9620, the Environmental Health Department is directed to recover all costs from the property owner related to substandard housing activities. The Environmental Health Department has reviewed the violations cited and the costs charged to the case and has determined that they are reasonable and consistent with the Board of Supervisor resolutions, the San Joaquin County Ordinance Code, and Housing Program Activity Protocols. The Environmental Health Department recommends that the Board of Housing Appeals confirm the statement of expense dated September 14, 2020, and deny the appeal.
Thank you. Okay, do we have someone who wishes to address the board regarding this matter? Can you step up to the podium, please, and then tell us who you are, your relationship to the property, and the basis for your appeal.
My name is Bee Vang, and I'm the owner with my husband Lao Yang on property 9222 East Mariposa Road here in Stockton, California, 95215. So we're asking to see if you guys can reduce the fee.
Okay. Why are you asking for that reduction?
We're asking because our monthly mortgage is about $2,000, and we only make $4,000. With those other additional fee, we pay with the household and a little bit electricity bill here and there. So we don't make as much as we do with 2 income.
Is there anything else you want to make us aware of?
No, no,
No?
no.
Okay. Colleagues have any questions for the appellant?
Work was complied with within 30 days. Is that verified that it was pretty much completed within 30 days? So that sounds to me like within 30 days, right?
Within 30 days, yes.
Let staff answer that, please. When you guys finally recognized that it was all corrected, right? So roughly speaking, it was done within 30 days. Because this case never became before us as a board to do the 30-day, our typical 30-day to abate, or 30-day to pull all necessary permits and 60 days to abate. In that. And so they actually did a pretty good job and complied with what the county had asked for. And although in the abatement or in a statement of expenses, it looks like the county is giving you a 25% reduction right off the top in that without an appeal based on the hours and the way it's charted hour-wise. I mean, they're only billing you for 73%. Versus 100%, they're giving you a 25% reduction right off the top, the way I read it, basically, in that. And I understand cost today on person. I don't know, compliance was pretty good, and I'm not first to give it a break and always give, pay it over time. We can't just waive the whole fee. First of all, we can't even waive the recording fee. That's mandatory. But we can do something with some of the fee, and if we choose. I'm not adverse to colleagues are willing.
Like the way that this resolved itself by looking at the log, so I'm going to ask for staff confirmation, that Banks cooperated with you, require you to have to go back out there. They supplied permits and pictures. Do that?
Yeah, so they,
I apologize.
Oh, that's okay.
For it. Sorry.
so yes, they were very cooperative. They did take care of everything, sent us invoices for the hazardous waste disposal. And basically because what we were telling them would be needed to bring some of the structures that I posted into compliance, they just knocked them down. So that worked for me. So I was able to, I felt justified in closing it out without even having to go out in inspection. And then that inspection itself would have increased the cost though, too, if I were to go in person, so.
Absolutely. And then on the initial opening of the case, that was initiated because the police department or the narcotics division brought in, that was not initiated by a nuisance phone calls?
No, the Metro team from the county called me about the cannabis grow, and that's why we responded.
So there was a warrant that would allow?
Yes, yeah.
That was served on the property, not the property owner.
That was on the property.
Okay.
Yeah, I am inclined to reduce it as well, and it has nothing to do with COVID. It has to do with the entire community stuff under control. There are no clear guidelines for anyone, as much as I don't even know what is considered a illegal cannabis grower. And we're sitting here on this. I find it hard to believe that the public would know that as well. And so with the county's work, along with the narcotics division, and the initial 2.5 hours that it took that property was maintained, everything after that I'm inclined to waive because of the respectful cooperation of the property owner.
Any comments?
Agree, but waive everything but the 2 hours and 25. I don't see that justification. I think it would. We've given them a break anyway already for what they did, and I appreciate the fact that they did do it within the time frame, which is rare occurrence. But I don't see us doing that myself.
Okay. Well, good. Thank you for addressing the board. We're going to, you don't have anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay, thank you. We're going to deliberate here on what we want to do, okay? So we're closing now the comments, okay?
Okay.
So do I have a motion at all?
Yes, I'd like a motion to reduce it to 2.5 hours of casework and the fee that cannot be waived, roughly about 28% of the bill. We rarely get this kind of cooperation when these type of cases, that we need to send the message to the public that if they're going to help us keep these type of growths under control, that we should understand when they're helpful. My motion.
Okay, so I have a motion by Ms. Norris to reduce the fees to 2.5 hours of casework and any of the fees that we cannot waive, which says is about 28% of the bill. I don't know if that's an accurate calculation, but 2.5 hours and that we can't waive are pretty accurate or determined. Do I have a second?
I'm going to second that, and I second Marion's basis of not just Marion said, but also on the basis of the time that we're living in is a tough time. We are in tough times. Reasons to give complying people some type of break during these times. People that don't comply, that I'm not in favor of giving breaks to in tough times. These people took time out of their day to come here, or sometimes we don't even get people to come here. We didn't even have a hearing. They complied within 30 days to begin with, and that without any complaint or whatsoever. And the fact is we don't know. We've never been given a briefing whatsoever about the cannabis laws and how they're being applied here in this county. And I'm even a city planning commissioner, and we have ordinances regarding cannabis growth in the city of Stockton and that. And they're also vague the way they're implied in that, because the law keeps changing on a regular basis statewide, and everybody's trying to keep up with the state in that. And there's federal issues that aren't legal in that. And so it's an evolving issue right now. And so, yeah, they made a mistake, had more than what they were supposed to have, from what I learned just today from the officer before the meeting started. And that, but nothing ever official. So I think this is a time to set an example in that, and maybe we should come back and ask the board to give us a briefing, since we're going to see more and more about cannabis anyway, that we have staff give us a briefing on the cannabis laws, on how they're employed in this county too. So that's my reasoning behind supporting the 2.5 hours plus all fees that can't be waived.
Certainly, those laws are vague. Tough times right now. So I have a second by Mr. Sanguinetti. Roll call, please.
Estrada,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Muniz,
Yes.
Sanguinetti.
Yes.
Okay, so you got your reduction, board.
Thank
The
you.
department will deal with you and get you situated on.
Thank
what
you.
you
Really
want.
appreciate it.
One little note on that, you can also pay over time too.
Okay.
They can set you up with that.
Okay.
Don't miss your payment.
Okay. We won't.
All right, so have a good day.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So moving down the calendar, nothing on the consent calendar, nothing continued, no hearings, no public comments. Do we have any staff reports for us? Staff reports for us? Okay, before we adjourn, I think that Mr. Sanguinetti brought up a good point. I would like to see, and I'm sure colleagues would like to see, participate in some sort of training to bring us up to speed. Really vague and inconsistent.
They will be coming more and more before us, because a lot of people that really don't know in cases. I mean, we're seeing it everywhere. Everybody's getting involved in the cannabis business, thinking there's money in it and wanting to be part of it. And plus, they want to use it for their medicinal purposes and recreational now that it's legal.
Becoming prevalent out there. On it, I guess. I had that training. Okay? All right. So if no one else has anything they want to add? All right, we're going to adjourn the meeting at 2:34 p.m. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, all.
Happy
And to
Thanksgiving.
you.
Get on it.
That was good that people respond without having to
Gives me hope.
come